Hey guys, and welcome back to the Hobby Dude 007 channel. Hey, we're back on Mustang Sally. Got some stuff in the mail I want to share with you about how we're going to be displaying it, as well as we're going to take a look at what we've gotten done since the last video and what we're going to do today. Stick around. Bring your model to life with MCV products. Visit them on the World Wide Web at mcvproducts.com. Okay guys, so while I was thinking about the design of the display base, I thought it would be pretty cool to have a Mustang Sally record to be kind of part of the base. So I jumped on eBay. I found this for a couple of bucks. I think the shipping was more than the actual record was. But got this, and of course a 45 RPM record is about 7 inches. And what I thought I would do, oh, and check this out, you know, our little speaker system, I'm going to run that two-way, and check this out. Of course, this is going to be up underneath the car. But boom, very nice right there. And hold on a minute, let me see if I can find my button. Do I have it turned on? Don't want to get a copyright strike, so I won't let it go long. Mustang Sally. Anyway, you get the point there. So this will probably, and I've got the mock-up here sitting here, probably be sitting on the record. The car's just a touch longer than the record is, and of course it'll be enough that the sound will bounce off the bottom there, and I'll be experimenting with that a little bit more as I go. And I'll have a little bit of an edge around this as well. But I think that's going to look pretty good, and just like a record, not at 45 RPM, but that it be spinning as well. So, and I don't know, all this guys, y'all know me, I'll change my mind in a heartbeat, so we'll be changing some stuff. But Mustang Sally by the Young Rascals. Onto the car. Now, since you saw it last, a couple of changes. Where we did all that, well, if I can get the light on it just right, all the inside lip drip rail kind of stuff for that. We got that in, as you remember last time, and I went ahead and added the latch. I just can't get that to focus for some reason. But the trunk latch there, got that in. Really hadn't done anything else to the body. I've been thinking about the interior, and I've got something that popped in my head that's going to be really, really cool. So I can't wait to share that with you. It's going to require a bit of modifying, but that's okay. Moving to the chassis, we did get the wheel wells in the rear cut out. We're going to have a little bit wider tires back here, as you remember. These beautiful aluminum, machined aluminum. And you see how that's going to fit right there. And I don't know yet if I'm going to have to cut into the interior and make a little bit more. I think I am, but until I get some of these wheel wells cut and made, I'm not sure yet. So we're gonna take a look at that. But yeah, looks pretty good. With this here, you see, looking into the trunk, you can see those where the wells are there. So it's probably gonna have to be notched just a little bit right there. Doesn't really matter. It's gonna look pretty good there, I think. Also, I believe, based on where this diffuser is gonna be on the back of the car, I do think I'm gonna have to notch up into the gravel pan just a little bit and raise that up just a touch. And I think that's going to look pretty good too, I think. Especially when it's cut up into the body like that, just a touch. Also, this right here, you can see right here, let me get that chassis back out of there a minute. You can see where we added, oh, sorry guys, a little plate here and filled in some of this. I'm going to build that up just a little bit more. I did sand the ridges off here and fill that hole there. There's going to be a pan across this, like a Pro Touring, or kind of like a race car, but more Pro Touring. But these lines, to get everything down, all of these lines that you see across here and down through here, all of this stuff, I'm going to remove it where it's nice and smooth. We'll take these lines out, even though I'm not sure I need to, because where this lines up, and by the way, we are going to have to notch, just like with the Corvette when we did that, we notched these out to right about there and back, for the wheel wells, or for the bottom, for the tires to sit inward, because as you can see, looking down on it, it's going to have just a little bit cut into it. But we had to do that with a Corvette too, so it's no big deal. Doesn't affect the effectiveness of the diffuser either, the air diffuser. But yeah, we'll get all this sanded off, cleared up, all of that stuff. And I'd mentioned in the last video we're going to go ahead and do the start on the engine this time, so I would know how wide these wheel wells that we're going to have to scratch build would need to be. Well, I've been doing some research on the engine, and I thought, well, you know what, with this I may need to make a change, but I don't think so. I think I'm going to be able to go ahead and use it the way it is. Get this out of the way. But we're going to work on these wheel wells right now. The engine, which was that Dark Horse, I've done a lot of research, and I've got a ton of pictures on the wiring and plumbing for this thing, and this has taken me longer than than I expected it to really dig up websites, different individual shops that hop these things up. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys, research wise, I'm having a blast researching this engine. I keep finding stuff that I'm going, wow, that's cool, that's awesome, that's great. So I want to make this thing really stand out. So really doing a lot of work on this. So it may be the next one that I'm going to devote solely to this engine. But let me tell you guys, all the stuff I'm finding, this thing is really sharp. So today I want to go ahead and get on these wheel wells. We'll get them put together, see how that wraps up into the back of the interior, and we'll be back. Okay guys, so we have our new rear wheel wells / tubs done, and if you recall, these weren't very deep. The stock, even rested up against the top of them, would have left the stance right about there, which to me is a little bit too high. For a Pro Touring, customish kind of thing, we wanted this stance to be lower, and this allows us, as you see, even without touching, to sit pretty low to the ground, and that's what we wanted to do there, and accommodate the width of these things too. Also, we've got our contour gauge already fitted to the size of the floor pan that we're going to be building for inside the trunk, and in here we'll have the top of the fuel cell. I think I'm going to put the sump tank in there along with the battery. I think that'll look pretty good, and maybe a nitrous bottle. I'm not sure. It's going to depend on how much room we have, but I think that's looking pretty good there so far. So we'll cut that out of sheet plastic, and we'll get everything marked for both sides, and we'll build us a floor there. And I'm thinking about doing that floor in carbon fiber, kind of like I did the Corvette, and I may do the embossing powder. I think that might look pretty good too, but we'll see when we get there. Also on the chassis, you can see where we smoothed all of the lines and ridges out. I removed the lines that were molded in here, even though this is going to be covered with the rear diffuser. I knew that stuff was going to be under there, and it just irritates me. Also, I cut these panels right here open. I'm thinking about something for the exhaust system, but I'm not quite sure yet. But the great thing with this is all I got to do is put a plate back over that if I decide not to do that, so no big deal. But while I was working on that, I thought I'd go ahead and cut those open. But I think the chassis is looking pretty good. The diffuser is going to sit right there. I've already tested that against the body. And by the way, you see how that comes right to the edge there, which is perfect. And to that end, I also went ahead and notched out, hope you can see this, notched the rear gravel pan a little bit for the diffuser, so instead of just sticking out the bottom down here, and that would have been where it was, this way it tucks up in there like that, and I think that looks so much better. And as you can see from the side, you've got just that little bit that curls around and comes out there. I think that looks pretty good. And if I need, once I get the chassis in there and the interior, if that needs to come up just a little bit, then I could have time to do that. But I think we're looking pretty sharp there. Let's see, is there anything? Yes, there is, the interior. And of course, with that interior, as you can see, that is not going to allow with those tubs to sit down where it needs to. So we're going to have to tub the interior, which I think is going to look pretty cool looking through that big fastback window. And you can see I've already marked the rear where that's going to have to be. And to get our contour on the side here, all I did was line that up where it's going to be, and right there, and then made my pencil mark. And guys, don't try to overthink it or complicate it any more than we sometimes do. But that way I'll get this cut out and then this deep, and that'll allow this interior to sit down. Then we'll just build this up. I may look and see how this looks from the inside and just go from there. But I'm thinking I'll go ahead and build an interior that I can smooth and clean a little bit more without having to use these up in there, which I don't think either way is going to look that bad. But yeah, I think this is going to look pretty good. So next time you see this, we will have that floor in the back. I really want to get an engine done so I can focus next time on the interior, the firewall and wheel wells. And I think that's going to really help it a lot. But I'm liking what I'm seeing so far on this body. But I really can't do much more to the body until I get the chassis and the interior kind of lined up. So we'll get a better look at it anyway. And I don't know if I'll remove these tabs like I did on the Corvette and replace them with the sheet styrene built into the interior. Again, this is stuff that I'm going to work on as I go. But yeah, I do think that is going to look really sharp. And you can see already the stance is going to be considerably lower than that stock. So I think that's going to look great. Next video is devoted, because I can't get much more done here without having those engines done. So we're going to devote the next video solely to the engines. And when we come back, though, I'm hoping the chassis will be in its first coat of primer, and then we'll have this cut out and probably the inside wheel wells built, and we'll have to probably cut into this back panel piece from the 350R, the race version that we're going to be using back there. So we'll have to cut into that a little bit too, but I don't think that's going to be a big deal. But the engines, I've already got both of them. As is usual for me, I'd like to display one detailed beside the car as well as one in the car. For this one, I'm not sure I'm going to do that. I may just do the one for inside the car and let Sally be standing there beside it. But I'm figuring, since I've already got them both off the sprues and ready to go, I think what I'll do is go ahead and build and paint them both at the same time, and then that way if I decide I want to do it, I got it. So we're going to get on that in the next video. That'll be the whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle. Okay, guys, don't want us to get too long, so I'm going to call it on this one this time. Hope you're picking up something here. I'm learning something new as I go along almost every build, and that's the fun of it too, guys. Hope y'all have an absolutely awesome week. Jesus loves you. So does Hobby Dude. I'll see you in the next video. Later, guys.